Hello, welcome to a podcast. My name is Cheyenne and I'm the host. And with me today is my co host, Henry.
Yo, I'm Henry. I'm so proud that my co-host knows my name. That's huge.
Yeah, I know, I'm talented.
Big for you.
Today we're reading Reddit stories. There's not really a specific theme, it's just issues, relationship wise. And if you didn't know, you can have multiple types of relationships, so it's just general. I have a problem with a human.
Well, which human?
Don't worry about it.
Well, now I'm going to worry about it even more.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't worry about it.
I'll do my best.
Okay. But it doesn't seem like you have any stories for us today. Is that the case?
No, this is very impromptu and my brain's half working after my workout today.
Oh, that sucks. Well, I guess I'll start.
Be my guest.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. So, the first title I'm going to read is Am I the asshole for not moving back in with my mom and hanging up on her when she called me crying that she missed me and wanted me back?
Obviously. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to make any judgments before I hear the story.
Really? Why not?
I haven't really asked myself that question. Why not? No, you're right. Yeah, she is the asshole. What a shitty kid.
Yeah, the worst child ever to exist. You're right.
hmm
Without even knowing any background.
Your mom cried and you didn't do immediately whatever they wanted. Like, come on, what are you doing?
Right, right. You should
Mhm.
always answer to your mom's beck and call.
Everyone knows your parents are only going to love you if you do things for them and exactly the way they want it.
Yeah, conditional love for real.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way it's always been.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess I should get started reading the
Mhm.
story. My dad died when I, 17-year-old, was 11. My mom dated for a while, but nothing serious until she met Dan. Dan's a single dad with two kids, 4 and 6, and after dating for almost 2 years, they moved in together 3 months ago. I was cool with it until two incidents happened in a week. First one was coming home to the kids in my room, and my room was trashed. I'd made my bed before school, and they'd pulled it apart. My clothes were all over the floor, the 4-year-old had pissed himself, and the evidence was left visible on my piles of clothes. My mom had taken the kids out of the room and cleaned up the 4-year-old, but left my room as it was and for me to clean. I can't read.
Do you want me to read the next one?
No, I got this. My mom had taken the kids out of the room and cleaned up the 4-year-old, but left my room as it was for me to clean up. I was angry. Dan explained it away as they are just young kids and told me not to be mad. I told him to watch his kids and keep them out of my room. Mom told me not to be mad at anyone and these things happen. I said not if they kept an eye on the kids. I asked if I should go in and do the same to their room. Dan told me I'm old enough to know better. I told him to make his kids clean it, and Mom and Dan were quick to say they were too young to do that. The same thing happened a week later, only without the 4-year-old pissing himself this time, and this time they wrecked the photo of me and my dad that was in my room, and they broke the office chair I had in there. This time I lost it on my mom and told her that I was getting the freak out of there and she could keep Dan and his little brats to herself because I wasn't dealing with it. Mom told me not to be so rash and said I needed to calm down. Dan stood in front of the door to stop me from leaving. He said my mom's heart would break if I left. I told him I wasn't living with him and his kids. I went to stay with my grandparents, and my mom expected me to stay at most a week or two and then come home or whatever. But I see this as home now. Not having my room trashed or the bathroom all messy and gross from Dan's kids has been so good. And I'm so mad about that photo. I had a copy, but that wasn't the point. My mom's only now started to accept that I'm not coming back. She apologized a few times, but I ignored her. She called the other day and cried and told me she missed me and wanted me to come home and she'd do anything. I hung up before she could finish, and it didn't convince me to move back in, which sent Dan off on a rant at me over voicemail about how selfish I'm being and how I'm hurting my mom. Am I the asshole?
Wow. These parents seem like experts at writing off others people's emotions until, they're like, they're like are incensed by like, oh, you didn't listen to your mother crying over the phone. It's like you didn't listen to her feelings once. You said, don't get mad at it. You're overreacting over and over again. Like the hypocrisy is stunning in this story.
Right.
I just, I mean, obviously she's not the asshole. It's like she's clearly not respected in that household, and her, her property, her privacy, even just her feelings about her privacy and her space being invaded and torn apart day after day by these young kids, which, by the way, even if they are 4 and 6, they are old enough to understand boundaries and like, that's a room I don't go into, or that's a room I can't just fuck around with. But if the parents allow it, then of course they're going to do that because that boundary's never been set.
Right.
Yeah. But no, that's insane. Like genuinely, you wouldn't treat anyone the way these parents are treating them. It's like, oh, you're angry that I tore up your spot and that someone pissed in your clothes? You're overreacting.
Right,
I just
right.
do that?
It's only natural. What do you mean I can't make a nest in your room out of
Yeah.
your clothes? We're sharing. We live together now.
Yeah.
What's mine is yours, or
Hmm.
what's yours is mine.
Yeah. It's like, oh, they just do that. Why did they don't know any better? So why
Yeah.
don't they know any better? Because I'm not going to put in the effort to teach them.
Yeah.
That'd be too much. I'd have to be a parent.
I just think it's funny because it's just like, oh yeah, what mine is yours is mine. But they're too young to understand that, so they shouldn't have to give.
Yeah. Or really just understand that that's not a space I can be in and tear it apart,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. I don't really deal with children, but I do think that 4 and 6 is an age where your parents should be watching and teaching what they can and can't do. And the fact that this has happened twice, the first time was more than enough to tell them what they can't do. You
Hmm.
should have shut that down immediately. The fact that it happened again and she had to deal with the repercussion, or I'm sorry, OP had to deal with the repercussions twice,
Hmm.
makes no sense because it's not my fault that they came into my room and trashed my room while I wasn't here and you guys had these kids and were watching them.
Yeah. It is not her sorry, their responsibility, OP's responsibility to, I don't know, set boundaries with these kids when she is not the caregiver. She doesn't set the guidelines of what their behavior should be. And so it's just, it's I, I don't think OP owes their mother even the opportunity to listen to them saying sorry, because like you don't owe it to them to listen to their feelings and their sorrows when they didn't even respect your anger.
Right.
Mhm.
The top comment is not the asshole. Are you saying Dan's children pissed in your room and trashed your room twice, and Dan wasn't the one to clean his mess up his children made? And your mother and Dan both watched you clean up their messes yourself? No repercussions for these two children? Dan and your mother are both gigantic assholes and deserve each other. May Dan's little darlings piss in his and your mother's bed in the future twice a day.
Mhm.
And then OP responds and says, the first time, yep, I had to clean my room up after them, and it took almost 2 hours. And even then, it had to be aired out, and my clothes all had to be washed. The second time, I packed some stuff and I left. So unless they cleaned it after I left, it would still be a mess. No repercussions for the kids. Honestly, I was the one punished because I had to clean up after them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Damn, good comment.
Yeah. And another comment says, is a 4-year-old a toddler? 4-year-old seems too old to be consistently pissing themselves to meme. Sounds like Dan doesn't like to parent his children, got himself a bag made, and is now worried OP might put an end to that situation.
Yeah, that's the vibe I get. Stu doesn't seem like a responsible parent at all.
Right.
Hmm. God. Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, Not the asshole. Yeah, stay with your grandparents if you feel more inclined. You don't
Yeah.
have to you don't have to cater to your mom's and Dan's whims. Like if they're not respecting you as their child, and then why would you respect them as your parent?
Yeah. Like they haven't given you the courtesy of respect. Why would you give that to them?
Right.
Hmm. Courtesy. Yeah,
Courtesy.
courtesy is how you say it. Ah, dang.
Yeah. Yeah, that's but not the asshole, obviously. So
Yeah.
there is there's that.
Hmm.
Like it's very clear what you should and shouldn't do, and
Yeah, that was kind of a slam dunk story. I'm hoping the next one will be a little bit more complex.
this one's from Moral Dilemmas. So well,
Ooh.
maybe it'll be more complex, or maybe it'll just be
Hmm.
clear cut again.
Who
Who
knows?
knows?
We'll listen.
Okay. Sorry, I can't breathe air, you know? Sorry if I sound airy and out of breath. I'm just, reading is so hard. Um, so the title is I'm male 20 having thoughts about ending the relationship with my girlfriend, female 19. We've been together for nearly 2 years. What do you think about that?
So he was 18 and she was 17?
Yeah, that's normal.
That's, yeah, I'm not gonna say it's icky at all. I think it gets a little dicey when you get to that like legally an adult and legally not an adult area, but I think that's only really in like the eyes of the law. Like I've heard of relationships where people are like perfectly healthy together, but other people are like, "Oh, that's like for instance like a disapproving parent was like, "Oh, that's statutory rape and because I don't like you, I'm going to charge you with that." And so that dude went to jail for being in a relationship with someone who's 1 year younger than him.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start reading this. It's another like semi-long one.
I
Just
believe in you.
my breath. Ugh.
You've got this.
Yeah. Okay, so throwaway account for reasons I'm sure you can understand. My girlfriend and I have been together for 1 year, 11 months now, and it has gone smoothly overall. However, I've been feeling like my freedom is reduced while in the relationship. I'm not only talking about sexual things, but regular things like being able to spend time with friends or myself. I feel like I'm constantly a tool for pleasing or comforting her, mainly comforting. Her mental health isn't the greatest. She also has physical conditions that weigh into that. And I've been very respectful and understanding about it, but it gets to a point where I feel like I can never have time for myself, only a day or two in between. She is very codependent on me and always calls me or asks me to come over to her house if she feels bad, and always says it's fine if I don't want to come, but if I actually say no, somehow she behaves in a way that I always feel bad enough to eventually go. Don't get me wrong, this girl is so sweet and caring, and she means all the best, but can often get angry and upset for very small reasons and takes it out on me. I've always been very patient with it, and she appreciates that and apologizes, but it never seems to stop or get better. It's especially bad if we're going somewhere when we need to be on time and she's getting ready. The slightest inconvenience makes her snap. Of course, a lot of things is due to trauma from her childhood, which I fully sympathize with. However, I seem to regularly have second thoughts about the relationship, but I am terrified of ending it. She loves me with all of her heart, and ending things would 100% break her heart and leave her a mess.
Hmm.
I still care deeply for her, and I don't want her to hurt, but I guess that's inevitable if I decide to break up with her. Is there a way to lessen the pain or do something in order to make this easier on both of us? A recent problem. I've been thinking of going abroad with my friends in a certain time period in which my birthday is also in. And when I mentioned it to her, she got very upset and said she wanted to spend my birthday with me and that she had already started planning. My birthday is in like 3 months. Then we moved past it, and I thought it wasn't going to be a problem. Then my friends and I were going to start booking flights and accommodations, and suddenly she told me she had already booked and paid for a fishing trip in that time period, but didn't think I was going to go with my friends abroad, so she didn't tell me yet. Wanted to keep it a secret.
What the fuck?
My friends and I waited on booking for other reasons, but now I have no idea what to do. Also, because what if we won't even be together anymore? She could go with her mom and her brother, but I would feel so bad if she paid for that just for me to not go with her. A more fundamental problem, one we have not addressed much, because of various reasons. She wants to have kids at around age 25, and I want to have kids later. Any and all advice would be appreciated. Thank you.
Hmm. This is a fascinating issue. Um, I mean, there are a few red flags that are sticking out from the story to me. I think the clearest one is like he feels responsible for her mental health and her well-being, and it's like, oh, if I do anything to displease her, that's my fault. I caused that, and so it's my responsibility to cater to her every need, 100% of the time.
Right.
And that is not healthy for either party because yes, she might be codependent on you, but you were kind of feeding into that
Right.
by like, reinforcing these habits of like, oh, do I have an issue? I'll make my boyfriend deal with it. Do I feel sad? I'll have my boyfriend comfort me. And it's like, don't get me wrong, it's good to support your partners, but if you are the only source of joy and comfort they have, then I think you're going to burn yourself out, and then they're going to pick up on that, and then it's not going to work the same anymore.
Right.
You know?
I don't think there's an issue with being dependent on a partner to a point. Like, for instance, with
Who? Who?
my partner,
Yeah, y'all me?
Henry, yeah, the
Ooh,
co-host.
okay, me.
For example, for my partner, if I go through too much,
You got this.
what's the word again? Too much
Turmoil?
turmoil. I was gonna say like tumultuous.
Turmunculus?
Something I don't remember how to say it.
Turbulence?
No, tremundous. Something. Let me look it up.
That's going in my vocab. Turmunculus. Oh, that's powerful.
Um. Mon-
I'm hearing like too and much in there, so maybe there was something that was supposed to follow it up.
Sorry. It's not appearing with how I'm typing things out, so I'm going to assume that I mixed two words together. Um. So I still feel the urge to say it, but when I'm going through difficult times,
Hard
like if I'm
times.
going through hard times, like I take a second, I think about it, and then like if I don't feel good, I talk it out with my partner,
Yeah.
my co-host,
Hmm.
Henry,
Yeah.
and we talk through it, and maybe I just need a cold shoulder to cry on and feel better.
Hmm.
But to have a problem and immediately go to someone else for help, really, I think it hurts you in the long run because it's just like I don't have any coping mechanisms that help me get through this, and I rely on others so much that like if they ever did leave, I would be shattered.
Hmm.
I couldn't pick myself back up.
Yeah.
And I think that's where he's getting at is like if I left her, she wouldn't be able to pick up the pieces by herself because of how our relationship is.
Yeah. I agree. I think that all still stems back to like that sense of like, oh, I'm responsible for her well-being. And it's like, buddy, the second you think like that, I think you're kind of dooming yourself in the relationship because y I don't think you're trusting her to honestly like be able to stand up for herself and support herself, which is something that I think both sides of a relationship needs, you know? Like you can't support it's that term where it's like where that saying where it's like, "Oh, you can't love others before you love yourself." Like you need to have confidence in not only your ability but her ability to get through emotionally tough times alone. And if it's okay if you can't, but you need to have on some level the ability to get through that by yourself so that you can at least reach out for help and not instantly be dependent on it, you know?
Right.
Like you're not outsourcing the emotional coping to someone else, to the emotional problem solving. You need to have some ability to do that yourself.
Right, right.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I also think like maybe they would really benefit from like couples therapy or at least her going to therapy because it seems like she has broader issues with like past trauma, current mental and physical ailments, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. And so it's like that's a lot to take on as like, oh, I'm responsible for all of that and how that factors into her well-being. Like that just feels like an impossible weight to carry. And it sounds like it's burning him out. Like he already seems exhausted.
Right.
Mhm.
One of the comments, because this is contingent comment based, so like none of them have best or anything. They're
Yeah.
just randomly ordered.
Hmm.
But one of them is, you already know want to leave. You don't need to justify that feeling. Jilted people always want to know why, but they will never find their ex's reasons persuasive. I simply don't want to continue this relationship is enough. And FYIW, FWIW,
For your well-being, no. FWIW?
yeah.
Uh, oh no. For what I would do? No. I don't know. Just read the rest of it. I'll figure it out with context clues.
I feel like it should be FYI, because it says, and FY,
FWIW.
I don't know why it is this, but like, and that stuff, you do have good reasons. She's sweet and caring when things go her way, but takes out her anger on you when things don't. She manipulates you when you make decisions she doesn't like. She monopolizes your time. You're not her boyfriend, you're her punching bag, her emotional support animal, all sorts of roles where she calls all the shots. Break up as soon as possible, like this weekend. You need to do it well before your 2 year anniversary, or you'll be stuck faking it for months. And the process needs to be like ripping off a band-aid. Don't say anything that makes you sound even the teeniest bit unsure. Do it at her mom's house when her mom is home, so you can leave quickly when you've said all you need to say. If you think this will help, bring a friend to wait outside for moral support. Don't be harsher than you need to be, but keep it short and clear. Do not tell her all the things you're unhappy about. She would just insist that she'll change everything for you. And there are thousands of Redditors who can tell you that any changes will be temporary. Be aware that there's no way to stop her from feeling heartbroken and rejected. When she wails and cries, your response is, I'm sorry to cause you pain, but this decision is final. Any threats of self-harm or violence towards you, get an immediate call to emergency services. Tell her mom or her brother right afterwards so they can keep an eye on her. She will have to go through all the things people go through after a breakup: crying jags, mood swings, leaning on her family and friends, etc. It is what it is, and you can't do anything to help. Do not try to be her friend. She will misread any kind post-breakup contact as evidence of your having second thoughts. You will only be delaying her progress. The best thing for her is to lean into her anger and hate you for a few months until she's fully over you. As for the birthday trip mess, it sounds like you might have contributed to this problem by not being very, very clear that you still plan to travel with your friends. Find the website of the place she's reserved and read or call about the rescheduling and cancellation policies. Then give her some options. She can invite someone else on that fishing trip, cancel it and let you pay any cancellation fees, or let you buy the whole trip from her outright and bring your friends instead.
Wow, that was a really great comment.
Yeah, the a comment below that says God tier advice right here.
Straight up. Yeah, that's like they came up with every contingency, the right way to break it off. Yeah, just huge kudos to them.
Yeah, if you feel like you're stuck in a relationship and you don't want to be, the best option is to cut it off.
Hmm.
Like, you just need to end it. Like, it's gonna be awful for her, and it's gonna take a long time for her to recover. But
Hmm.
that's not your problem.
No.
I feel all of us should focus on ourselves for the most point and then focus on others by giving a piece of yourself. But if she's taking too much for you to complete yourself,
Hmm.
then she's not a good partner. Your partner should help add, not subtract from your life. And if
Yeah.
she's subtracting for your life, then you're not good for each other. Like, she can find someone else in the future. If you don't feel well in being in a relationship with her, you shouldn't be in a relationship with her. And your your empathy is on point, but it hurts her more to be in this relationship with you than to not be in a relationship with you. If
Hmm.
you can't stop her from acting like a leech. Like,
Yeah, even if they could, I don't think you owe it to her to regulate and I guess manage her emotional well-being because it sounds like by doing so you're neglecting your own well-being, you know?
right.
You don't even feel like you're entitled to more than 2 days to have time to yourself. And when you ask for more, she starts to guilt trip you. Like that's something I missed in the first talk through, but that is hella manipulative, and that's not okay. And that you could give that as a reason to break up, but once again, you don't need to.
You don't need to explain your
Yeah.
reasons. You can just say, I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore. And you can keep it at that. And if she wants reasons, you know, say you'll talk another day once she's calmed down. Because of how you've described her, I don't think she's mentally well enough for you to just blast through her with saying all these reasons and stuff like that. Like, make it very clear that you guys are no longer going to be in a relationship. It doesn't have to be agreed on by both sides. If you don't feel comfortable in a relationship, you can get out of it.
Yeah.
Like, she can't tell you what you can and can't do. You're both adults. And let her cool down for a few days. And if she still wants to know why, compile a letter.
Yeah.
Like, send her a letter. Don't even contact her via phone and stuff like that. Send the letter to her mom's house. If she wants to read it, she can read it. It won't be looming over her on her phone. Like, this is her choice. She can burn the letter for all she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she'll look at the letter and actually reflect, send a letter, and then fold it. And in the letter, you should write, if you want to look at the reasons why I don't want to be in a relationship with you, I advise you to go to a therapist and read the letter together so you guys could build. I have my own problems, and maybe what I'm telling you is me pushing them towards you so you guys can talk. Like, I don't want him to send her a letter and be like, yeah, this is everything you did wrong in a relationship, and then her be like, oh my gosh, like, no, I want her to go to a therapist and see if these are actual issues, because doing it by yourself, you're just going to internalize that. And going to a therapist, that'll help you break it down
Mm-hmm.
logically instead of emotionally.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit of
A
both.
little bit of both, but
Yeah.
like it'll be easier to go over and see, like, yeah, I can see where he's getting to at this point. And
Yeah.
then like chip off the stuff that might be his own reasonings and not actually your
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. Like the core of the issue in the relationship.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I mean, I feel like everything I go over is just going to be in some way reiterating what that awesome comment said.
I know,
But
right?
yeah, it's
It's so
like
cool.
it was so succinct.
It was.
But like I feel like they probably should keep their distance from them after they break it up. But you know, it's one of those things where it's like she's just going to have to weather the storm of you breaking up. Like you're currently weathering the constant emotional drainage of being in the relationship, and that's just something that you will get through. Like the reason you're breaking up with that is because you need to get through this, and she will do the same. You have to trust her to be able to get through that, because if you can't trust her to get through a breakup, how are you going to get through the rest of your life with this person?
Right.
Like it's just an impossible task.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I think that we've covered enough on this one. Let's move on to one more post, because like two of them have really taken a long time.
They're really interesting. I'm having a good
Yeah,
time.
I'm glad. Most of the ones that I found, because it was like 2 months ago,
Uh-huh.
we started this a lot later than I expected,
Yeah.
have been deleted or
Oh,
removed. So it's
that's
been a
tough.
little rough. Like, I'm on down to tile 26 right now, and this is my third one.
Brutal. I'm sure those were so saucy too.
I know. Like, I only saved the ones that I thought were interesting to have conversations about, because like this is just a conversing platform. So we have two options.
Mm-hmm.
They're both off of Best of Redditor updates.
Nice.
One of them is, my husband got jealous over the girl he led on for years at our wedding. I've heard this one multiple times, so we can
Huh.
go over it, but maybe other people have. And then another one is, my husband had an affair with my little sister.
Holy fuck. Both of these are gonna make me mad.
Yeah. Do you want
I'll
me to read the trigger warnings?
please.
So the first one has obsessive behavior and infidelity. And the other one is infidelity, emotional affair, grooming, teenage pregnancy, child sexual abuse, and rape. And it's
Okay.
horrifying is the mood spoiler.
Yeah. I got that much
Yeah, you got
from the
issues.
title.
Oh yeah, I forgot. The the name of this episode is "You Got Issues."
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a good catchphrase. Someone should use that more. Okay.
Both of them have their obvious problems. I feel like it would be I think the best one to go on is my husband had an affair with my little sister because I personally haven't heard this story from many of the Redditor people that I listen to. I listen to like 4 different Redditor platforms. Um, and I have heard the jealous over the girl he let on from 3 of them already. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I've heard
Then
about this story a lot.
let's go for the one you haven't listened to a lot. The awful, terrible, it's horrifying one.
Yeah, the horrifying one. This is great. Thank you for making the best choice. I wasn't gonna give you a choice, but then I was like, yes, titles.
That's so kind of you.
Have you heard the other story though?
Nope.
Oh,
I'll have to go over it in the next episode.
okay, yeah, we'll go
Here,
over it.
I'll read it next time so that you can have like the verbal take of me going like, "Oh, okay."
Yes.
Sorry, just that.
Yeah, you just okay.
But yeah,
Yes.
I'm ready.
Perfect. So, my husband had an affair with my little sister is the title. Original post, May 15th, 2025. My life will never be the same after this. We have been married for 2 weeks. My 27-year-old husband has been sleeping with my little sister behind my back. She's 17,
Ah.
legal age of consent, but she's still a baby. We just found out she's 1 month pregnant, but she refused to say who the father is. Yesterday, my parents asked me to come over. Apparently, they installed a monitoring app on her phone, and that's how they found out he's the father. My sister is saying she's sorry over and over again. My husband also apologized, saying that he made a mistake and wants us to go to counseling and stay married. I didn't say much. I told him I'm filing for divorce. I'm not changing my mind. I know for sure I'll never speak to him again after everything's over. As for my sister, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Holy fuck. So not only did he impregnate a 17-year-old, but he did it maybe weeks before their marriage.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing because this is funny. I'm laughing because this is so horrifying that my coping mechanism is laughing. Laughter, it
Yeah,
helps soothe the nerves.
it does. It releases good brain chemicals, and God, do I need some of those right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I mean, it's laughable. It's always the cheating partner who is like, "We can fix this. Go to counseling therapy with me," and it's like, man, why would I trust you to work this out in therapy when like this is clearly just you grasping onto whatever hope you have that you can hold on to this relationship, as if you didn't fucking trash it by sleeping and impregnating your sister. Your
right,
minor sister, I get that she's 17. I still think that is not really a good age for the age of consent. I think 18 is usually the bar, and even then could be higher in certain circumstances.
right.
But still, holy fuck. Like, no. I can't imagine living through that sort of betrayal on so many fronts and then being like, okay, totally. I'm gonna trust you and we're gonna try and make this relationship work. It's like,
Right.
no. No, you aren't the you have just proven that you are someone I need to run away from, not try
Yeah.
and redouble the efforts in this
Yeah,
relationship.
you need to get out. Like, it's so hard because, like, you feel betrayed from both your sister and your husband. But, like, it was your husband's fault.
He's
You,
the
yeah,
predator.
he's a predator. If you blame your sister, you are agreeing that she was able to consent properly. And that is not the case.
That's true. I will say she's not faultless for this. I mean, she is 17. If you can remember what you were like at 17, you had
Okay,
some sort of, emotional and logical reasoning skills.
we don't know how early their relationship began. We don't know when
That's
she started. She is
true.
pregnant at 17 with someone 10
Holy
years
shit.
older than her.
He probably groomed her.
That's one of the trigger warnings.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, it's coming back to
Is
me.
grooming. Yeah, child sexual abuse is also one of them. So, although she's at the age of consent now and got pregnant around that time,
Hmm.
there's no telling if she was at the age of consent when this started.
That's true.
And
I doubt it. I
I don't know
seriously
how
doubt
long they've
it.
been in a relationship, but usually when you get married, you're at least a year or 2 years in.
That makes it so much worse.
Right.
Like even beforehand, he was having an emotional affair. I hope it wasn't physical, though. I don't trust this. I wouldn't put anything past this man at this point.
Right. We don't know enough yet.
Yeah. Is
So
there more updates?
it's on Best of Redditors. Of
I
course there are
just
more
I didn't
updates.
know the structure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. Anyway, hopefully that doesn't show up on the
It
audio.
probably will. The dogs are outside
That's
barking.
lovely. All right.
Yeah. One of the relevant top comments for this is, what are OOP and her parents plan to do with her little sister? OOP responds, I don't know yet. On one hand, she knew she was doing something wrong, but on the other hand, she's just a kid. I don't know how to feel or what to do. And one commenter says, I'm so sorry, OP. How long has he known your sister? If they recently met, they're both disgusting. Full stop. If he met her as a child, he probably groomed her. The fact that she was still trying to protect him after she got pregnant says a lot. Regardless, he's a predator. I also have an older sister and could never imagine doing this to her unless I absolutely hated her. I can't understand why she would do that to you. Shake my head. And then OP responds, he's known her since we started dating, so about 2 years. She was just 15. I'm sick to my stomach thinking about how long this may have been going on. And another question is on if her parents and she will get the law involved and if an abortion was possible or not. And then OP responds, the messages go so far back. So my parents are still looking into it. Once we find out how long it was going on, we'll get the police involved. The topic of abortion hasn't come up yet. And then another question about the state where the age of consent is 17. They're from Texas. From what I've read, kids 14 to 16 can consent to someone up to 3 years of age older, while 17 can consent to anyone. And then another commenter says, she was 1,000% groomed by him. He knew what he was doing. If I were you, I'd move away for a good while. And then the last commenter is, check whether you can file for an annulment rather than divorce. He married you under false pretenses while fathering a child with another woman. The dates will support the annulment. Also, although you won't want to hear this, get an STI test as you don't know what else he's been cheating on you with, and it's obvious he wasn't using protection. Sending you a hug to help hold you together a little bit.
Jesus Christ. That's smart advice, but oh, that sickens me.
Right? It's always so awful when you have to worry about your own health because of the decisions of someone else you trusted.
Yeah, you have to be the hygienic and responsible one by doing STI checks when it's like, oh, the betrayal on so many fronts of like, not only did you cheat on me, but you are also so irresponsible while doing so that you couldn't even protect yourself and thus me from like sexual transmitted
And not only
infections.
are you cheating on me, but you are damaging me physically.
Yeah, it's
Like, there's a real chance
genuinely,
that you could make me sick.
yeah. These things could be genuinely life threatening.
Right.
Hmm.
An update the next day. Update, my husband was arrested this morning.
Let's go.
Thank you to everyone who read my first post and offered support. It feels like I'm living a nightmare. A lot more has happened, so I wanted to post an update. The day I posted, they took my sister to the police. She admitted that the relationship with my husband began when she was 15. She also said things became physical when she was 16. They had exchanged inappropriate messages and images, and the content on her phone matched everything she'd told them. My soon-to-be ex knew she was pregnant. He was arrested at his job earlier today. Last night was the first time in a year that I went to bed and he wasn't there. It felt surreal. My dad, who is very religious, insists my sister keep the baby. My mom believes she should have the choice to end the pregnancy. I've already contacted a lawyer for the annulment and emphasized that I want no more contact with him. There's nothing left to salvage. Even though my sister has apologized several times, she still believes she's in love with him. My family is planning to start family counseling soon. It will be focused on figuring out how to move forward and what kind of relationship, if any, I want to have with my sister. There are no clear answers right now. The support I've received from people here has helped me feel less alone. Thank you.
Man, I'm not having as much fun anymore.
You know,
That's
I know it's real. It's a low note to end on.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. It's just like what the fuck, man? Like genuinely, like what kind of sick, terrible, black-hearted motherfucker do you need to be to to do all of that?
Yeah.
15.
I'd like
15.
to say that basically as soon as he started a relationship with her, OP, he started a relationship with her sister as well.
That's icky.
He was really going for both.
Mhm.
That was
What if you got into the relationship to get to the younger sister? Oh, that's
that's
even
also
worse.
a thought that could happen. We don't know. We just know that around the time they started their relationship, it became real. Is this time that he went after the little sister and it became real for her too. Like they started at 16, so a year, like just physical, 2 years emotional. She wasn't at the age of consent at 15. Like
Yeah.
I remember when I was 15, I was a sophomore,
Mhm.
and like I don't think anyone should be in a relationship until they're almost an adult because we are so immature. We make brash decisions. Things things don't end up well, and we can be so emotionally moved.
Mhm.
I don't want to say manipulated because that's true too, but
Yeah.
it's that's
Kids
awful to
manipulate
think.
kids.
I know, and it's just awful to think that someone who has fully developed their frontal cortex has decided to go over someone who's still in the middle of learning and growing and like
Yeah.
developing.
It's
Like,
sickening, and it's so clear this dude like manipulated her emotionally because of the fact that she still says that she's in love with him and she's still defending him, and
see,
it's like
I think the problem is when you don't realize there's a problem. That's when you know that like she has been she has been manipulated because
Mhm.
she should see that there is a clear issue with someone 10 years older than her trying to get into her bed when she's a teenager, when she's 15.
Yeah,
She's just a little girl.
it's sickening. Uh, fuck.
Yeah. And then how old is OP? OP's 24. And then
How
the
old's the
comments
dude? Do you remember?
27. So there
Uh,
was a 3 year age gap between OP and the guy, which is normal.
and a 10-year for the younger sister.
Indeed, he goes young. He's a predator. Um, Commenter 1, he's a monster. I'm glad he's facing consequences.
Straight up.
But I'm heartbroken for all of you who were impacted by how vile he is. And then commenter 2, wow, this is just awful. Praying for your family. I hope your ex gets a long time in prison and that you and your family are able within time to get through this. Um, but that's not a good ending in my opinion.
No.
Like, this shouldn't even have been a story, but there are multiple stories similar to this. I've heard so many, and it's
It's
awful to think about.
frightening, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to comment on what the dad said at the end there. It's like, oh, and you have to keep the baby.
Yeah, he insists that the sister keeps the baby,
Yeah,
and the mom's like, it's your choice. But
yeah.
also, you have to remember that this is in Texas.
That's true. Oh my gosh, yeah, you can't have abortions in Texas. I don't know when this was posted, but
This was
I'm sure
in,
that was.
it was in May 15th, 2025. Yeah, when I saw it was in Texas, I felt even worse because she doesn't have a choice.
Yeah. I just like I I can't overstate enough how much I think that the 17-year-old girl is not ready to be a mother by the fact that she is still claiming that she's in love with this dude. Like, she is not. She was literally just groomed, and she has been in that relationship for 2 years, and they want her to parent a child from that framework. Like, no, I think she needs years upon years of emotional development. And I think having a child at this point is going to radically change the trajectory of her life in a way that I think no one that young deserves to go through.
Right.
You know, and it's like, sure, it's your choice if you got yourself in that situation, but I don't think she got herself into the situation. She was groomed. You know, it's like it's going to take years of therapy to get her back to a emotional baseline that is anywhere near close enough to be the kind of parent that child needs, you know? And so I think I probably shouldn't give my political takes on this, but I think she should get it aborted, you know?
I think she should have a choice if she wants to.
I don't know if I put a lot of stock in her ability to make emotionally and logically sound decisions from where she is at this moment, you know?
I understand that, but
Yeah.
this is still
It is still her
it's
choice.
still her
You're
choice.
right.
Um, and one of the comments is 100%. I thought the same thing when I read Very Religious Dad, thinking he has a say if this 15-year-old should carry labor and birth a rapist's baby. But another comment says she's 17 now, and that's all the more reason it needs to be her decision.
Hmm.
Um,
Very true.
I think OP is just hurt and she will come around. She already definitely seems to understand at least some of it. I can't say the same for some of the other people who commented, though, unfortunately. I think some people were shaming the sister.
Oh, that doesn't
And
surprise me
that
one.
doesn't.
No,
It's awful to think.
internet's an awful place.
Um, but one of them is like, your dad can F all the way off, and him being such a religious man is probably a part of why all of this is happening, to be honest. Misogyny will always affect our children in ways we can't necessarily see until something horrible like this happens. The
Hmm.
only person who has a right to make a decision about whether or not to keep the baby is the sister. Just dang, I wish all the most luck going forward, OP. Hope your ex gets what he deserves in prison.
Yeah.
And he was definitely. Is it a pedophile because she's underage?
Yeah.
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 And most, he'll probably get his just deserves in Texas.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially if why he got arrested gets outed.
I am sure even if no one ships him to death in prison, like the Texas prison system is not kind already.
Right.
Fuck.
But yeah,
Unless you're rich.
sorry.
Yeah.
um, yeah, sorry for ending on such a heavy note, but um, you got issues.
Yeah,
You
you
definitely
got
had he
issues.
definitely had some issues there.
Yeah.
It's really awful,
Hmm.
and I hope that the sister gets all the help that she needs to um move on from this, and hope it doesn't impact her for the rest of the life.
Yeah.
But it's
I
so
hope
sad.
OP gets help.
I hope OP also goes to counseling and learns that what happened wasn't her fault nor her sister's fault. Um, that person was just a bad person, and no one but him should be blamed for the situation. Um, it's really hard when things like negatively impact your life and it was related to someone to you, but you can't actually blame them because it wasn't actually their fault. Um, a lot of therapy and time will probably help them move past this or learn to forgive. And I just hope that everyone stays healthy and safe,
Hmm.
and that if she decides to keep the baby, that there's no complications and that it's a healthy child with no negative ties back to the father, because that is something I do worry about is you decide to have the kid at a young age after being groomed, and then like later on you learn about how messed up it was, and then there's this child,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
It's a
if
lot.
like how you treat the child from now on will be really important.
Mhm. They are not complicit in the circumstances of their creation.
It's
Yeah.
blaming someone that wasn't at fault,
Hmm.
and that's what the sister needs to learn to do for the other sister, not blame her for something that wasn't something that she really had to say in.
That's
Like,
true.
yeah, she was 15 and she was able to say yes or no, but also that's a young age and that's an old man with a lot of experience.
Yeah. Like he was older than both of them at the time. She was what, 22 and he was 25. I think that a 3 year experience gap is still a big difference. Like I, yeah, she is going through a lot, and I do think eventually she owes it to her sister to forgive her because the circumstances were so extraordinarily fucked up.
Right.
But I also don't want to pressure OP to owe anybody anything because
Right.
right now
OP
she owes it to
doesn't.
herself to take her
Yeah.
fucking time to
Yeah.
heal.
OP does not owe it to her sister to forgive her. Like, she's going through grief. She lost a relationship. She got her relationship with her family damaged.
Mhm.
I think she should take her time to heal, take some time, distance herself from her sister or family if that's what she needs to do,
Yeah.
and process her grief because she lost a lot in this.
Yeah.
And yeah,
She
when
was literally 2 weeks into her first marriage.
right,
Like, imagine riding that high and then getting like utterly spiked into the ground like that.
right. Also, from
Yeah.
the other story was also they just got married. Um,
Which one? First
the
one?
one that my husband was jealous of, the girl that was like always up.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll
Yeah.
have to revisit that
The
next
one that
time.
we were gonna revisit next time, yeah,
Yeah.
that was also right as they were getting married. I went.
Uh,
It's pretty good. Yeah, but maybe next time you can help me read because unless I edit this, there were a lot of reading errors, and I should probably edit just a little
it's
bit.
fine. It's only natural.
It's only natural to have to repeat like the sentence 5 different
Hey,
times.
some of the sentences were written kind of weirdly.
They were, and there was no punctuation, except for except for periods, and I was just like,
Yeah.
you need commas here.
I'm gonna say it. People should write sentences with commas in the way that you would say that sentence.
Right, that's how you should.
Right? That just makes sense to me.
That makes sense to me. That's how I do it. My essays are comma filled.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
My English teachers disagree, but honestly, fuck that. You don't have the right way to write. You have professional ways to write. But when I'm writing a story, let me tell it the way I want to,
If I want to
grammatically and
pause
otherwise.
right here after I say something that isn't likely,
That was some
like,
good
yeah, I
pausing.
know, right?
Uh-huh.
I sometimes you need a pause just to let the reader think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. But this is off topic.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're ending it.
It's hard to come up with an ending as I also didn't come up with the beginning, but
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have a great ending.
okay.
Goodbye.
Wow.
All right. Thank you for listening, though.
Yeah, talk to you guys later. Bye bye.
Bye.
Let me the mouse isn't moving.
Oh, is it because it's off?
Why would it be off? It was just on. It is on.
We're so good at endings, guys.
It oh, I had a click.
Okay.
Anyways, talk to you guys later. Thanks for
Ta-ta.
listening to our first episode. You got issues.
You got issues.
Bye
Toodaloo.
bye.